This week in Module 2, VPython Introduction, the first thing we had to do was read an article called The Nature of Science, which was just kind of about your assertions about common misconceptions in the science field. One of the assertions that I really liked that you made was, I think it was your third one, yeah, right here, being that seeing one thing when you're looking for another. I definitely can relate to this in many circumstances. We had to reply to this post as well. And there's my reply. After this, we had to also reply back to last week's discussion, which was the three questions: what is physics, what is reality, and is physics real? I responded to 8 of those discussions. And after that, we did probably what was my favorite thing this week, the neat resource. And the neat resources were about 3D printing. And as you can see right here is my video, and I posted an abstract with it, and I also scrolled through and looked at some other people's videos and their abstracts and posted on a couple of them. I really found this one video interesting that was about printing out organs, which is just so cool and can totally revolutionize the medical field. After the neat resources, we did have to read chapters 1, 2, and 3 from the text, and here are my notes back here. And the first chapter was about coordinates and coordinate systems and 3D coordinate planes, which includes the z-axis, which isn't commonly talked about. But here's my homework for chapter 1. As you can see, we had to identify the coordinates of the pucks. And it was in pixels, so everything was 10 pixels. You can see my answers right here. And then the first question of the chapter 1 homework was right here, and we had to find B and C's coordinate points, and those are labeled right here for you. We'll just minimize that. Then chapter 2 was the coordinate lab, and we had to basically find our coordinates and where we were sitting in perspective to the room. And right here you can see my seat and those coordinates corresponding to it, and the table that I was also sitting next to. And that's all right there, and that was on graphing paper. It's kind of hard to see. And then the third part of the chapter 3 part of the homework was about the VPython program itself, which was all about programming, and our homework from there. This was the final product of the homework with all of the labeling, the cities 1 through 6, and the sources, equally spaced apart the plane. And I wanted to show you how to make a box. This is just out of the notes, and I already typed in all of the pre-stuff. And this is to make an orange box, and I'm going to run it and show you. And there it is. Lovely orange box. So basically how this all relates back to the real world and my learning, I think I most enjoyed the coordinates, because in everyday mathematics you don't really get to expose yourself to the z-axis and picture everything in a three-dimensional way. So learning about that and being able to compare it to real-life perspective things in the room and in the environment was really cool. And that definitely relates to my life, because I am in math right now and I am in physics. So I get to visualize all that stuff in a new way. And that was our first week in physics.